All right, all right, all right. Welcome to HB RV Lifestyle. They call me the Honey Badger because I give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business. This is the 2025 Scout Camper Yoho Pop-Up. Eat your heart out, Ryan from Scout Campers. This possibly could be the best Yoho Pop-Up YouTube video that's ever been made. Now, guys, just to let you know, I give him crap, and that's because I really like Ryan. And a lot of you probably like Ryan too. But a lot of RV dealerships that sell Scouts or think about selling Scouts have asked me to do a couple walkthrough videos for them. That way they can use on the back end of their website because these are factory ordered. I'm going to say, what, 9 out of 10 of them you're not going to take off the actual dealership lot. You're going to order it weeks ahead of time. This is something you prepare for. This is nothing you go to the dealership and go, I want to take it off the lot today. That's not necessarily how it works. And I'm going to talk about that process as we go through this camper. Now, one of the really cool things about the Yoho pop-up is it actually gives you more space. Now, one thing I will mention is in Costa Mesa, California, for the off-road show, the Scout camper guys, including Ryan, was actually staying inside these with the canvas and the diesel heater on, and they were sweating themselves out. Okay, so if you're worried about anything dealing with insulation, if you're worried about anything to deal with bears or things of that nature, that's something you really don't need to worry about. Number one is, like I said in the Tuk Tuk video, most folks that own a Scout camper have a light duty truck or a half-ton truck. In this case, you need a 5.5-foot bed or bigger. Now they say 5 foot. I always say 5.5, just be on the safe side because a lot of guys want to be able to close their tailgate, right? Okay. Now the reality is that most of these owners take off the legs. I've talked to a lot of Scout owners, the people that actually own them and use them. They take these off when they load the camper onto the truck, and they don't put them back on until they take it off the truck at home where they're going to store it. When they're camping, when they're out, the camper stays on. Now, the reason why they do that is because if you look at the actual weight of the Scout, when you see the base weight online, it does not include the legs. So it saves the weight to help you with that payload capacity, okay? Now, they are manual. I always say, take a little power drill in their little bit and woo, woo. That was the easiest way to do it when we were doing it in Costa Mesa. They have their own tie-down system already attached. This one's got the rack bars on it, so you can add things like diesel fuel, water, things of that nature. Victron power management system along with a Espion battery. You got your diesel heater on this one. They also give you the awning. Again, you got the rack on the other side as well. Lots of options you can add to this. You could get this as expensive as around 42 grand. You can get it as cheap as around 27, 28,000. So really it's based on what options you want and what options you want from the factory compared to what you may want to do on your own. We have some folks, like for example, the Tuk Tuk you could get for as little as 17 grand or 18 grand, okay, plus shipping. And that's the key, guys. We're going to go over that here in a minute. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of headroom in here compared to, let's say, the Olympic or the Kenai or even the Tuk Tuk or the hardtop. The pop-up gives you just that extra space, not a lot of claustrophobia, an actual real queen bed. You got all kinds of seating. You could sleep up to 4 here. Okay, you could fit a couple of people on the dinette facing in the L shape. Somebody's feet's going to be on somebody's face, but it works, right? Now this one already has a 2-burner stove, the sink. You have the 5-gallon water right there. Storage, inverter system. You also have your 12-volt cooler. These are all options, guys. You can order this without any of these things. It's already got the toilet. Now let's talk about this for a minute as we're looking at it. This is not something you're going to take off the factory or take off the dealership lot, okay? You're going to order this. Let's say you want the Yoho pop-up. You're going to talk to your local dealer. And if you're in California, we're the only dealer from San Diego all the way up to, Mount Shasta. So we're the dealer. You're going to talk to us about what you want option-wise. You're going to give us a deposit. We're going to work out how to get you what the time frame is. Now, here's what's interesting. as I sit down and kind of show you guys around. Scout does not quote freight. They do not quote shipping at all in any of their pricing. Because, and I believe, and again, I could be wrong, I believe it's because they actually have some of their customers that come and pick them up directly at the factory after they paid for it with the dealership, okay? That being said, if you live in Texas, if you live in Florida, if you live in Georgia, you need to contact the dealer and see how much it costs to ship it. I'll give you an example. To ship it here to Northern California is around $1,300 to $1,700, depending on the time of year, depending on the gas. So that price is not included in what Scout quotes you. Sales tax and license fees, which in a lot of states like California, there are no license fees, are also not quoted, okay? Now, you can finance them. They're very difficult to finance, but you are able to finance them. There's several banks and credit unions that will do it, even though it doesn't have a bathroom. Now, I want to go back outside for 1 second. I want to show you guys something, okay? Now, my question always is, well, what am I going to do? By the way, that's portable for fuel, or sorry, portable water, not for fuel. How am I going to shower? Well, there's rinse kits. Remember, this is a step up. This is getting you off the ground. This is getting you in your four-wheel drive truck on BLM type of land, really off the grid type of camping. This is not GeoPro by Rockwood, Lance by Lance. This is really getting out there in the middle of nowhere. So you're going to be doing like an Amazon type of shower. You're going to be taking a lot of water with you. You're going to be taking fuel with you. You're going to prepare yourself as if you're going to go out for a week or two. This is not traditional camping. This is not a traditional coach. This is specifically built and recognized to be used for pure off-the-grid type of style camping without having to have a tent. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to tag Ryan in this so Ryan can also make fun of my video because I'm probably shaking because I'm not using my gimbal. And until next time, remember, even Scout stands for toolkit and sense of humor, even though there's not a lot to it.